So is it too late for the Tories to woo the business leaders back now? Have they lost them for good? Or have they got a compelling proposition even now? For some reaction, I spoke to the Director General of the British Chamber of Commerce earlier, Shevaun Haviland. I started by asking her if the government still deserves the trust of British business.
So we're talking to the government and to the opposition all the time about what business needs, about how we can make this country the best place to start and grow a business. And here today, look, we recognise we're in a tight fiscal situation. So what we're talking to the government about are things that are a bit more low cost, no cost. So how they can look at planning reform to help business invest more quickly, how we can get back to trading, especially more efficiently with our biggest partners in the EU. We need to look at skills. You know, we've got 1 million open headcount in this country that is slowing down business growth. So there are some areas that, you know, we want them to look at that aren't huge fiscal interventions.
So that's quite a long list, Shevaun, actually, when you look at it in terms of what you're asking for from the government for businesses, which they haven't clearly outlined so far in the conference. Jeremy Hunt was talking for just 15 minutes. His critics are saying it was a somewhat vanilla speech, nothing particularly strident in there. And Conservatives used to be known as the government, as the party for economics and business, but some are saying that businesses are now beating down the doors to Labour instead. What do you make of that?
Businesses need to talk to the government and they need to talk to the opposition. And I'm here today and I'll be at Labour Party conference. We're meeting loads of business leaders here and next week. It's really important that we work with parties of all colours to make sure we get our economy back on track. Let's be honest, the government, the opposition and business, we all want the same. We want a strong, thriving economy because that will bring taxes back into the Chancellor's coffers that he can use to pay for public services. So it's crucial that we get the economy back to whirring.
I think most of our viewers at home can get on board with that message as well. Many run their own businesses, but of course feel the effects of the economic decisions made by those in power. Just a year ago, you said that Liz Truss's mini-budget would be enthusiastically welcomed by businesses. Do you still stick with that message?
I think, you know, we saw what happened at the time. I think we need to look at the future of our economy. We've got some big issues we need to fix. We've outlined them. How do we make the most of the digital revolution? The huge opportunities that green innovation is going to, you know, new products and services for UK PLC. We need to look at our workforce for the future. There are some big issues we need to work at together, and that's where we want to look at future of the economy. What's our long-term economic strategy?
Do you think Britain is still a competitive place to run a business?
Yes, absolutely. Well, we as the Chamber Network have 80 chambers around the world. When I talk to those businesses elsewhere, people still want to invest in the UK. They still see it as a great place to invest. We have incredibly innovative businesses, and when I travel the UK and talk to businesses, yes, there are challenges, but they're always talking about, I'm looking at this new product, I'm opening over here, I'm investing in my people, and it is that can-do entrepreneurial attitude that we really need to bottle, and we need to turbocharge it.
Can this Conservative government turbocharge in the time that they potentially just have left?
There are things they can do in the short term, and that's why we're talking to them about planning, about skills, and about trade. So let's get some of those short-term things done so we don't have to wait till after a general election.